Well, do you just love flower bouquets and lattes too? Then we've got a spot for you in Portland.
Yeah, Jeff, that's right. Rwanda Bean Cafe on Stevens Ave is turning into something new very soon. The Rambler Café, which will be a destination for coffee and flowers. Joining us now is Charlie Sharon.
Got it.
Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So tell us, when will this cafe be transformed into Rambler? When is this all happening?
So we're planning for fall this year.
Yeah.
So probably November. We're going to shut down for a week, renovate the cafe. So when it reopens, we'll have a big grand opening and let everybody know.
Oh, the big question I want to what made you think of the name Rambler?
Rambler, so it's actually named for my grandmother.
Oh.
A rambling rose is a really popular rose she used to have in her garden all the time, rambling roses everywhere. And she passed away 2 years ago, and so Rambler was kind of a nod to her.
Yeah, kind of an honor to her. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
So why coffee and flowers together? Why the combo?
Well, what's better
Right.
than coffee and flowers? We were doing these flower pop-ups and everybody was like, oh, do you have coffee? And I was like, no, we don't have coffee, we just have flowers. But it kind of had in my head thinking, well, maybe we should have coffee. And so I got the idea of adding coffee and maybe opening up a retail, like a brick and mortar shop. And I started working at a coffee shop just to understand what coffee was. And so I started working at Rwanda Bean on Stevens Avenue.
So do you consider you guys a coffee shop that has flowers or a flower shop that has coffees?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be a coffee shop that has flowers because our coffee is pretty fantastic.
So what is happening to Rwanda Bean? Are you guys still using their coffee? Are they moving
Yes.
elsewhere? What's happening with that?
I'm so glad you asked because I did bring a bag of their coffee here. They have the best coffee in town. Ben and Danielle, the owners, are wonderful people. They are continuing roasting. We'll have their coffee for the whole thing. And they are also doing a subscription service through the mail so people can get their coffee from them directly if they want to. But they roast in Thompson's Point and they'll deliver to our brick and mortar.
All right, you brought a couple of bouquets with you right here. What kind of flowers are you going to offer? I mean, obviously it's spring, so just about everything's happening right now.
I know. We're very lucky to be in Maine because we have a lot growing right now. But right now we have peonies coming in season, and those are my favorite. We kind of just ventured out of tulips, so peonies, ranunculus. We're going to try to buy all of our flowers locally as much as possible. In the winter, obviously that's not possible. But in the summer, we will always support our local farms.
So what does the future look like for you guys? I heard that there might be some events you guys may be doing or offering floral services. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, we're really excited. Actually, we're going to have an event calendar, and we will be always offering pop-ups. So make your own bouquet pop-up. I can teach people how to make a bouquet of flowers. We're talking about doing some coffee pop-ups, learn how to make some coffee, things that bring the community together. That's really the goal.
Yeah, I've seen coffee shops that have pottery.
Yes.
They have art on the wall, and they sell books as well. Do you guys find yourselves, you guys are pretty unique? Have you seen another place that has flowers and coffee at the same time?
You know, not in Maine. Actually, I think we're probably the first one, so I'm really excited to bring it to our little city.
That's awesome. And talk a little bit about the location. That's such a great spot over there. Why did you want to collaborate with them?
Deering Center is just near and dear to my heart. We are so lucky to be in such a great community over there. We have Norimoto Bakery, which is fantastic. They're right next door. Obviously, we have Noble Barbecue that just came next door. We are really growing that area, and the kids at the high school come over on their lunch breaks and they get coffee, they support their local businesses. It's a really unique and special area of Portland, and so I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, and if you want a whoopie pie or a piece of pizza, quality
That's the
shop,
place,
pretty
quality
good.
shop, exactly.
All right. What kind of coffees and treats can people expect when they walk in the door?
So we have amazing espresso. That's probably what people love the most, and our cold brew is pretty fantastic too. But come in and get a latte. We have seasonal specials. Right now we have a pistachio rose drink that's fantastic. We're going to launch a whole new stuff, bunch of new stuff for summer, which we're really excited about. And we do offer some pastries. We leave the good stuff to Norimoto next door, but you can grab a pastry from them, bring it in and have coffee with us, or you're welcome to eat it in our cafe. We're happy to do that.
And where do you guys get these flowers from? Where are they sourced from?
Some local farms mostly. I try to always work with the Maine Collective if I can to get as much local flowers as I can. But in the wintertime, we get a lot of our flowers from the Boston Chelsea market. We'll drive down, source everything by hand, make sure we're getting the best of the best, and bring it back.
I was going to ask you, do you create your own bouquets, Or
Yes.
do they give them to you like this or what? Because these look awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Everything
you.
from the paper to the name Rambler on there. You got a sticker and the beautiful colors of the flowers too.
Yeah, we make them. Actually, so the idea of the cafe is that you'll make it yourself. So we'll have a whole bar. You can pick which flowers you want, and we'll wrap them up for you so they look really pretty at the end, and you can gift them to your loved ones.
Awesome. And do you have different like sizes or price points for people?
Yes, we're gonna have little mini ones that you can get like a coffee and a little tiny bouquet of flowers. Then we're gonna have really large, grandiose ones that people can gift to people that maybe have just had a baby or moved into a home. So we'll have a range for everybody.
Yeah, and I mean, talk about what kind of customers you expect to come down and take advantage of this.
I hope everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband, he's so great. We always say like, it's not just for girls because he also likes flowers, but he's really great at like kind of going into a shop and saying, I want this and this. He's like, I could go pick you out something, which is really cool. So it'll be, the guys can come in and get flowers for their wives or for themselves. We'll have young people coming in and maybe buying like 1 or 2 for a friend. So really, I want everybody to feel welcome. And that's why we're keeping the coffee, the flowers, and then the events calendar will also bring in some new people, I'm hopeful.
All right, sounds good. Charlie, thanks for coming on. Before we head out, do you have a website that people can find out more about you guys?
Yes, ramblermaine.com, and our Instagram is also ramblermaine, so you can find us there.
All right, right by Stevens Avenue near Deering High School.
Yes,
Yes.
thank
There you
you
go.
so much.
All right, thanks for coming on.